All right, so how do we communicate to our puppy during those stages where it's so frustrating to deal with? Well, first things first, make it as clear as you possibly can. And there are a couple of tricks that different trainers do, and there are many different ways to go about this. We are going to use what's called a marker word. Now, a marker word is simply a word that bridges the gap between the reinforcement and the correct response. Now, in our case, we're going to use what is called the yes word. So simply said, every time the dog does exactly what I want them to do, I say yes, and then I reward that response. Now you'll see different trainers use the word good. You'll see different trainers use a whistle, such as dolphin trainers. You even see what's called a point bridge for animals that are deaf. So there are many different ways you can actually communicate with your pup or different animals. So keep that in mind when you're training your pup. So first things first, you want to stay consistent with your marker word. That is just to eliminate any sort of frustration or confusion, right? Any of you out there who have tried learning a new language and the same word means different things, super frustrating, right? So that's what we want to refrain from when we're dog training here. So what you're going to see in this video is a puppy, obviously short attention span, and me using what's called a food lure. So I'm simply going to put a treat in front of the puppy's nose, and I'm going to food lure the puppy into a sit command. Now, every time the dog's rear end hits the floor, I say yes, and then releasing that treat. And what that communicates to the puppy is, wait, every time my butt hits the ground, she says yes, and the treat is released. I say consistent with that, the puppy quickly learns, oh, so butt hitting the ground, yes, treat. That sequence right there, super easy, super clear, and the puppies can pick up very quickly when you do this. Now, why is this important to establish this marker word? Well, you can use it in many cases. So say from a distance, you want your dog to do a sit stay, right, from a distance. And you simply want to communicate to the dog, that's exactly what I want you to do. You can say yes, letting the dog know that's precisely why you're getting reinforced, is just that. Now, what if we are working on this sit command and the dog gets up and I say yes? What are you communicating to the dog? You're communicating to the dog, oh, you want me to stand up. So a lot of novice trainers accidentally do this. They miss that marker word or miss that timing. So simply said, what ends up happening is the pup will sit and then pop back up because it thinks that I'm going to get the treat whenever I pop back up because I heard that yes in the wrong sequence. So keep that in mind when you're watching this short little clip about puppy training and how to appropriately communicate with your pup. And if you like this content, please share, follow, and subscribe because more is about to come. All right, well, watch how this puppy really enjoys following that food lure. Again, that's just the treat right in front of the puppy's nose. And this is just to ensure that I can get the correct behavior so I can give that marker word of yes, yes, treat. And then, of course, this teaches the puppy what that yes word means. Every single time the puppy does it correct, right to that sit position, yes, and then I release that treat. This is a lot of fun to communicate with your pup how to do. Now later on, this food luring is going to help in many different cases. Different commands I can use this food luring for, and then we start to fade out that food lure. But right now, we're really just making sure that the puppy starts to understand what the yes word means. Don't forget to show your puppy a lot of love and a lot of playful behavior when they're doing everything right. This makes it fun for everyone.